Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate another very common type of sort that's used in computing. This one's called the bubble sort, and the reason we call it the bubble sort is in the way that bubbles sort of bubble to the top, the larger numbers will bubble down to this end. Let me demonstrate. What we do is we look at the first item in the list and we compare it with the one next to it. Now we want the larger values at this end. So if they're the wrong way round, if this was smaller we would swap. But in this case it's larger, so it just stays where it is. And then we move down to the next one and we compare it. And as we can see, this time the larger number's on the wrong side. So we swap it and move it back into the list and move along and compare them again. The larger number needs to be on this side, so we move it along and we just keep comparing. The larger number needs to be on that side, so we swap it, moving down, comparing. The larger number needs to be swapped and just moving them back into the list and just moving down one each time. Comparing, swapping if we need to, and moving them back in until we run out of items in the list. When we do that, we know that the largest number has bubbled to this end, so we don't need to worry about it anymore. And we just walk back down to this end and we repeat the process. Swapping it so the larger number always ends up on that side. Move it back in. Compare the next two. Swapping if necessary. Moving along. Swapping if necessary. Moving along. Swapping, which isn't necessary on this occasion. Moving along. Checking, comparing, and swapping if necessary. Moving them back in. We've run out of items in the list, so that must be the highest value. And we just repeat the process over and over again. Compare, swap if necessary. Compare, swap if necessary. Compare, swap if necessary. Compare, swap if necessary, till we run out of items and we add it to our list. Compare, we don't need to swap. Compare, we don't need to swap. Moving down one each time. Compare, we don't need to swap. That's the last item in our list. It goes into our sorted list. Compare, moving down one, comparing, that's the highest number. We've got two left, we compare them just in case. They don't need to be swapped. That's the last item in our list. This one we don't have anything to compare with. All the larger numbers have bubbled down to this end. That will be the smallest number in the list. And what I've just shown you is how to use a bubble sort to put items in a list in order. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By following that process, that's exactly what I've done.